Hey Commanders fans, listen up because we have some very important information coming your way and you need to know everything. Here on the channel, you'll find all the news about our team with breaking news and everything a true Commanders fan needs to know. So first of all, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications because here you get everything firsthand and are never out of date. Oh, and leave your like right now to strengthen this incredible community and show that the Commanders fans are always present. Without further ado, hold on tight because today's news is unmissable. Now let's get straight to the point.
A projection by an NFL analyst indicates that the Washington Commanders could secure a new running back with an estimated $13 million contract, aiming to strengthen their offense with an eye toward the 2026 season. The Washington Commanders found a potential gem at the position by selecting Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt in the 7th round of the 2025 NFL Draft, a name that caught attention for its potential and growth capacity. However, in the modern NFL, it's increasingly rare for an offense to rely on just one running back. The trend is to work with committees, blending physical strength, speed, and pass reception. Currently, the roster has options like Chris Rodriguez and Jeremy McNichols, but there are doubts about who will actually stay. Austin Ekeler, for example, is unlikely to return to his former level after the serious injury he suffered, leaving a significant gap in the backfield. With that, the free agent market gains prominence, and one name in particular stands out. According to Alex Kay, an analyst for Bleacher Report, the Commanders should target the signing of Rachaad White. Kay projects that the running back could sign a 2-year contract worth a total of $13 million. The Commanders could be an interesting destination for White, Kay wrote. The running back has a history with quarterback Jayden Daniels. The two played together at Arizona State in 2021 and could complement a group of running backs that includes a young prospect in Krosky-Merritt, but which is set to lose Austin Ekeler and Jeremy McNichols this offseason. In the current scenario, Rachaad White isn't seen as an all-down running back, but his characteristics fit well with what the team needs. He is an excellent pass receiver, something that Krosky-Merritt lacks, being better known for its physical play and runs between the tackles. Together, they could form a very balanced duo, offering versatility to the offense. After a difficult season, the Commanders see 2026 as a key year for an immediate recovery. Investing in the running game, bringing in an experienced, productive running back with prior chemistry with the quarterback, could be a decisive step in making the offense more efficient and relieving pressure on the passing game.
The Commanders legend reveals what all the fans are thinking about Trevon Diggs. It didn't take long for the Washington Commanders to enter the race for cornerback Trevon Diggs following his release by the Dallas Cowboys. His previous connection with Coach Dan Quinn was the only determining factor, to be honest. That doesn't take away from the fact that it would be a high-risk gamble if General Manager Adam Peters gives the go-ahead. Diggs looked like a true superstar during his All-Pro season. That's been a long time ago, and injuries have hampered his performance considerably. Add to that accusations that he was a distraction in the locker room during his final days in Dallas, and the split always seemed inevitable. The Commanders desperately need reinforcements at the cornerback position. Diggs would join many familiar faces in Washington. He's also a Maryland native, so it's not hard to make the connection. Still, there are enough reasons to explore other targets unless there is 100% certainty. Brian Mitchell questions whether Commanders should pursue Trevon Diggs. This was a topic discussed by former Washington star Brian Mitchell on 106.7 The Fan radio. He didn't think taking into account just the previous relationship was enough. The Commanders need to be convinced that Diggs can contribute before making this move. They need to be careful about only sticking to what they already know. They need to find players who are playing their best basketball. Trevon Diggs obviously played well for Dan Quinn in Dallas, so I asked B. Mitchell 30 if Washington should go after Diggs. They need to be careful about going solely on familiarity. They need to find players who are playing their best basketball. Mitchell is right. Diggs played his best football under Quinn in Dallas. A lot has changed since then, and even though the former Alabama star is in the prime of his career, there's no way of knowing if this would be a good option when push comes to shove. Quinn will likely be looking for a new defensive coordinator at the end of the season.
The new hire will have his own ideas about the squad and suitability for the tactical scheme. Diggs may not be what he's looking for, although he has some strong supporters within the organization. Either way, the Commanders are in no position to be sentimental or emotional about roster construction this offseason. Whether officials believe Diggs can be an asset, especially with four-time Pro Bowl cornerback Marshawn Lattimore being a strong candidate to be cut with $18.5 million saved on his contract, is a different story. Otherwise, Commanders should ignore it.
The idea of a trade between Blockbuster Max Crosby and the Commanders no longer makes sense. The timeline has changed. Since joining the Washington Commanders, Adam Peters has made some bold trades. Some have yielded great results, but others haven't worked out. This hasn't stopped an NFL analyst from defending the idea that the general manager will make another blockbuster signing when the 2026 offseason arrives. Speculation about Max Crosby's future with the Las Vegas Raiders is in full swing in the league. The AFC West club opted to rest the player in the last 2 games, citing a knee injury that, according to reports, will require surgery after the end of the season. This did not please the prolific pass rusher, and rumors about a possible trade in the near future are circulating. Commanders analyst defends unusual trade proposal for Max Crosby that doesn't fit the new timeline. There would be a queue of suitors across the NFL if the Raiders made him available, and the price would be substantial. Most fans believe the Commanders should be accumulating draft picks to secure their long-term future. Nit Ashew of the Team 980 had a different opinion. The analyst considered trading 2 first-round picks and defensive tackle Darren Payne for Crosby would be a smart move for the Commanders. The draft involves risks, and a player with 69.5 career sacks represents a safe bet. Give the Raiders 2 first-round picks and Darren Payne, because Darren Payne can be traded this offseason anyway. If it takes a first-round pick this year, a first-round pick next year in Darren Payne, I would do it. There are times when draft picks work, and there are times when they matter. And there are times when it's better to get the guy you know what he can do on the field, because you're not going to get a Max Crosby in this draft right now that you're sure will adapt to the NFL. Commanders analyst details the trade package for a hypothetical Max Crosby trade with the Commanders. That sounds great, and if the Commanders had done a little better this season, they would undoubtedly be in the discussion. Unfortunately, that's not the case, and betting everything on someone like Crosby, regardless of how good he is or what he can bring, only increases the pressure on Washington to get into the Super Bowl race in 2026. Trading for Crosby, or any other player for that matter, no longer fits into the Commanders' plans. They need to consolidate the team with the future in mind. This doesn't mean giving up on big dreams, but it's time for Peters to start building the team the right way. This involves finding younger, more dynamic, and cheaper players through the draft. Peters can be aggressive in free agency since he has plenty of money to spend, but relying on one-year contracts for veterans at the end of their careers is no longer an option. And shelling out a fortune for Crosby is even less likely.